Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Now, a lot of people are concerned. Now, I did do a video a couple hours ago at the time of this video coming out. And this is what I have gotten from Gorley Bread. Well, the idea. Because taking a look at Creator Insider, we can see that they had a video out, I believe 7 days ago, advertiser guidelines updates. So it gives us an idea of certain things, what can be monetized and what cannot be monetized, new profanity updates, and a few other things. Now, what is of concern in this community, of course, is the eating disorders thing, the guideline updates. Now, once again, I got this idea originally from Gorley Bread, so I gotta give credit where credit is due. And they spoke on eating disorders in a way where if you make mentions to it in a, let's say, educational sense, or in a sense that documentary style, with you're not overindulgent on the topic and you reference it rather than not going in depth, I mean, then it's okay, right? Also, they talked about survivor content and whatnot. They also talked about other things that I will not describe. So a lot of people are saying, hey, Foodie Beauty's content, it's all eating and, it's glorifying eating disorders. And in many senses, it is, because of how Foodie Beauty is portraying her content. Which, if you look at it, the way how she's portraying her content really does seem as if it's being glorified. Now, as a reaction channel, what we're doing is rather educational, isn't it? When we think of, like, eating disorders such as binge eating. Now, binge eating is not monetizable. Hiding and hoarding, abusing laxative is not monetizable. But what is, once again, is if it's you reference certain things in an educational and documentary style context, because context is everything. The other thing that is of concern is this: community guidelines. Now, a lot of people are getting a lot of community guideline strikes, right? A lot of people are concerned about the community guideline strike. So maybe take a look at this video. It's titled YouTube Community Guidelines Updates and New Policy Courses Explained. It is, very recent, and it describes the old workflow in terms of, what happens if you get strikes and whatnot, versus the new workflow and what they're doing in terms of applying to all the warnings, what warnings you will get, what warnings you won't get, and what happens if you get a warning versus a strike and other things. So maybe go through this if you're completely interested in what this has to say, because a lot of people are being hit through community guidelines rather than being hit the other way, where it's more of, hey, your content doesn't live up to advertiser friendly guidelines. So there's multiple ways you can get hit. The other thing I want to speak about is what Anna Nicole referenced, which I do believe is, very, very important. So let me bring that up. And here it is, people. So Anna Nicole was talking about reuse content. Now, this is extremely important because in a space like this where everybody is referencing Foodie Beauty, a lot of clip channels are being hit because YouTube might say, hey, it's not transformative enough or at all. Because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to a friend of mine that does clips. Once a lot of people start clipping, a lot more people start clipping, then this starts to happen. So reuse content channel uses someone else's content without making changes that add significant value. Very ambiguous, right? What is significant value? Is it if I put in an intro and outro, I talk a little bit, I change it up, I put in some graphics? Like, if it says do examples of what is allowed to monetize and don't, but it's still a very, very gray area. So what Anna Nicole is saying about this whole entire situation, which is this. Anna Nicole says all the creators in this community should be worried about demonetization. You see that new, don't you? Content uploaded many times by other creators. Exactly. That's why clip channels are getting demonetized even with edits. Yep. I'd go and unmonetize videos yourself before they get nabbed too. Well, I guess that is a very good point to demonetize, maybe delete before you get nicked, because if you get nicked, then you're pretty much flagged, and then they're gonna keep flagging you. And the more times you try and appeal things, the longer your wait time is. I know that from experience, not only on other channels that I am a part of, but with other creators as well. Because once you start going down that rabbit hole, you're pretty much sliding down that rabbit hole. Once you go down that hill, you're probably rolling down that hill, most likely is what you will. So please be aware of this and what's happening with Girl World creators and whatnot. This is of extreme importance, as well as the original talking point that I talked about, which was the content that is mainly on Foodie Beauty's channel. That is mostly on Foodie Beauty's channel. As Girl Better said, her content is just filled with a lot of stuff that is considered binge disorder. And what did YouTube say? Well, let's bring that up again. It says it right here: binge eating not monetizable. Now, once again, does that mean if you're reacting to it? No, because then you're transforming it into an educational aspect, and you know the content has been transformed into something that it was not originally. That's why it's transformative. So once again, Foodie Beauty has a lot of this binge eating content on her channel. I could give you examples. I mean, it's all over the place. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in Girl World. A lot of people are kind of scared, and I do get it. But hey, I'm still concerned about clip channels. Clip channels is very hard to transform things, especially when you're clipping, and even if you're doing edits. YouTube is steering away from certain things and going more towards others, so I'd really be aware of what I'm doing. But hey, you do you. Let's take a look at what Foodie Beauty's previous content has been about. All right, here we go. So look at this. Look at these neutralizing food, blah, blah, blah. If these aren't a binge from like 2-3 months ago, then I don't know what is. Because she can, you know, put lipstick on a pig. Well, guess why? It's still a pig. Not that I want to be that vulgar, but I'm just saying. She can eat trays of sushi and call it what it is. She can say she's neutralizing food, but what it is what it is. She is binge eating. Now this, of course, is no longer monetizable, so it's going to be interesting to see what YouTube does with Foodie Beauty's channel. I mean, of course, she can get rid of all of this content just like she did before, where she hid it, but hiding sometimes, a lot of times, just doesn't work. Better to just delete the content. But as you can see here, she can say whatever she wants to say, but she is a binging, and binging is not monetizable. So we'll see. We shall see what happens in time. I mean, there's gonna be changes. The only constant in life is change, as I always say. And hey, YouTube's trying to change for the better, and a lot of people might not like exactly what is happening with YouTube, but they are trying to, or seemingly trying to, progress in a more positive manner, and they just don't want certain content such as binge eating on the platform because they don't want to glorify certain behaviors. And I totally get that. I totally understand. So once again, moving forward, clip channels, as Anna Nicole says, beware of the community guidelines, because those have changed as well, and beware of what content is okay versus what content is now a no-no, and change your channel to be in line with that, because once again, we shall see what happens with Foodie Beauty's channel, because hey, her channel could be demonetized as well at any moment now. Anyways, that's it for me. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Check out the of course, the channel Creator Insider that talks about advertiser friendly content guidelines, updates, and controversial issues. You know, it's only a 2-minute and 22-second video. Give it a watch. Tell me your thoughts on this whole thing, and we shall go from there. Anyways, smash the like button. Take care of yourself. Make sure you subscribe only if you want to, and I'll see you later. Take care.